Oh, we're recording. Alright, so, uh, I don't know if I should hold my mic up or not. I got a new mic, it's fine. But anyway, so Ushi yesterday made his own tier list looking at normal games for Masters, and it was a nice tier list and all, but I'm bored, and I kind of want one for competitive play, at least going into next season, so, um, here's my competitive tier list for someone who just watches a lot of competitive games when he can. I did organize them by their release order in the bag. So we're going to be going by series then. So first things first. By the way, a lot of my opinions will probably line up with Ushi, because once again, Ushi was very unbiased, if you ask me, in his opinions. And he was very accurate, especially when he said, this guy's an S tier. I mean, come on, he's like, what, he has a 2-mana start. That's not really a downside, because what, just mana, then what, you got 4 mana, you can command still if you really want to win a fight on round 1. Yeah, plus he has pretty much guaranteed climax in competitive games. I mean, I know he has that special ruling where he needs to get a higher position than he was in order to get the climax points if he gets eliminated. Oh no, he had to win, isn't it? I can't remember. I don't have the full dog open. But I still think he's probably one of the better combat masters in the game, and he does have that ability to just guarantee climax with his Avalon, or at least have that really. It's a really good safety net, is the point. Anyway, Rin, I'm putting in C. I don't think she's bad. I know people say she's bad. I mean, I do think she's bad, but I think she still has a lot of redeemable parts. Like, short, she's missing a CS. And short, she can't use a lot all her gems before like climax. But I still think Gandia and just generally the mana generation she has on gems can make us ever so slightly redeemable. I'm probably gonna put her at the end of C by the end of this. Anyway, if we were gonna buff then, I would either go with Ishi's suggestion of making it so she can spam her gems, or if Kirsten doesn't want to her to spam her gems, I still think making Gandia a 0-2 would be pretty good. Maybe even make mana generate the gen you can get from dumping gems a 2 mana, because I think mine has 1 mana, right? Let me. Okay, I have this open for a reason. Yeah, it's 1 mana. I think making it a 2 mana from 1 gem would be better. Sure, it kind of breaks around climax, but she kind of needs it. But yeah, I think she's still redeemable. Shinji is banned for a reason. If he was legal, I would probably also put him in S. Because, come on, being able to swap to Sakura or just going all out is great. Speaking of which, Sakura, I'm putting into. I want to kind of put in B. Like, she would be an A because just purely because of her climax form. But, like, okay, let's bring up Sakura's stuff real quick. Like, the only thing that's holding her back, and this is another point where I agree with Ushi, is Black Shadow. Because, like, you can only activate Black Shadow if you're, like, last place. And there will be games where you can't get Black Shadow. So, yeah, I personally think Sakura... I think where Sakura is, like, sure, Black Shadow not being up isn't good, and then you pretty much have no combat abilities. You literally have to find a way to slide to climax without Black Shadow. But if you get to climax, you might as well win. Because Team Grail is nutty. So yeah, I think she's good most of the time. She just needs a combat servant to help her. So I hit my fucking mic. Icefield, I think, is good all the time. Sure, she doesn't have combat abilities, but once again, she kind of just needs a combat master. So I keep clicking on the wrong things. That also just, but there. Um, but yeah, no, I think I still, yeah, not having any combat ability, sure, but like she gets mad mana generation, so she kind of just needs a combat master. Like a combat master, she needs a combat servant. I mean, I guess if they're gonna need to be reliable on combat servants, okay, maybe I'll just put it up a C. Kodamine, I think, goes into A just because he's a very good all rounder. He can just run to recon if if he can't win a fight, he runs to recon. If he can win a fight, he'll probably most likely flip and have that +2 power on board. He can also know what classes he needs to worry about going by, because he can look at certain boxes. So let's say he's playing caster, he can just figure out who's the saber and just avoid them. So I think he goes in A just for being reliable. Alright, I do not know why she's there. She should be like here. I want to. I mean, like S tier if he gets Archer or Caster, sure. But realistically, I kind of want to put him in B, just because he has piss poor mana gen. Like, sure, he can guarantee climax, but he really needs someone to help with mana gen in that aspect. So yeah, gets Caster, he goes into S. If not, I think he goes into B. He does have snakes. That's an upside. Um, Zolkin goes into D because if we buff him, he's going to go S, and I do not want to see an S tier Zolkin. He's very infuriating when he wins. I really don't want to see him being able to win more often. Taiga, I want to put into top of C. I know people think Taiga's bad. I mean, she is because stamps and weird mana start with free. But I think she belongs in C in competitive play just because if she's winning fights, her stamps are most likely going to be guaranteeing a climax. And seeing in fact you get points for making it into climax at least in a 7-player game, I think that makes Taiga kind of reliable as hell. It's just being able to guarantee climax like that is amazing. Bizet, I think, is quite reliable. She's a pretty good combat master. Keep clicking on the wrong ones. Okay, I'm making this into a real mess. Give me a second. That's why I should make this open. It's pretty much it. Like, the day gaming is great. She has Fagark, which is a really good tool that I never see people use. Because it's kind of, I guess you can say it's kind of niche. You're either going to, because you can't play it in addition to your attack. So you kind of have to, like, use it last in turn order, which is fair. But yeah, it's like, well, you can reset if you need to reuse your Fagark again, or you can just awake and get all your command seals back. So she gets to have things like, the only downside is she's not fighting on day 1. That's what she has. She wants to fight on day 2 and day 3, so she's kind of predictable. But yeah, again, I think she's more than good enough to be considered an A tier. Karen, fucking. How do I put it? I think Usha was way too generous. It's like, sure, she has that unpreviewed gimmick, but she's never going to be using it, and it kind of just drains her mana. Then what? When she flips, she can tie or force a fight and then lose the tool. I'm putting in D. I, yeah, probably just above Zolgan though. Kitsugu, I'm putting into A. He has good deck cycle, and his Origin Bullet literally helps him win fights if people overcommit. So he has a really good bluffing tool most of the time. So yeah, no, I'm putting him in A. I think he's just reliable just because of Origin Bullet. Speaking of which, the other Irisville I'm putting into B, low B. I'm sure she can generate more mana than her daughter, but it's at the cost of her hand. So I guess she's kind of reliant on servant. And but she also has a outpost command skills, so she can't use them in action. So she's somewhat predictable in that way. But every time I've seen people use outpost command skills, it's either for mana or they're doing it just to move to recon. So I don't know. I think that's okay-ish. Tokumi is banned for good reasons. Kiara, oh god, I should have made a tier saying should be banned. You know, it's not like a tier that's called should be banned. Um, and this is should, and like the should be banned tier is like they should be banned because not because they're broken, but because I feel like they ruin the integrity of competitive play. For example, or at least ruin the fun of it. And I'm putting Kiara there. Like realistically, I would put him into B because once again Nemesis mechanic. But the problem is Nemesis mechanic is the most unfun thing in this game. I'm sorry, it's so annoying to just like pretty much due to how seeding works. You kind of can't choose to avoid Kaya's Nemesis mechanic, so it's kind of just forced onto you. And like again, this is like my personal opinion bias here, but it's like it's really annoying to deal with. Because now you have to deal with this piece of shit following you around. Because if he beats you, you're fucked. And if he plays a servant that counters you, well, you might as well not be able. You might as well not be playing the game at that point if he has a servant that counters yours. Anyway, Archibald. I don't know. Is it Kanef? I just call him Archibald all the time. I think he's pretty reliable. I mean, he has a really fucking terrible demerit of force deployment, but he's honestly a really good combat servant master. I'll get my terms correct. He's above Rin. I think he's actually above Iceville. I also realized Tager should be at the bottom of C. So yeah, I'll put him on top of C for now. Raver. I don't know. Waver, I don't want to put into bad. I think he's bottom of C because he doesn't have much going for him, if I recall. Like, what? He has the ability to look at hidden objectives. That's good. So I'm just, like, making him as... Yeah, okay, he has the ability to look at face-down objectives. He can pay 1 mana to draw 2, so he can somewhat sculpt his hand a little bit better, or dig, is the better way to put it. And then he also has the ability to look at people's hands, which is a great niche counter to Ruby, but also may also help him figure out what are possible threats to him. So yeah, no, I guess he goes into bottom C. I mean, he doesn't have anything that will guarantee him climax, so... Rinyosuke. I want to say he's good most of the time. He has very reliable mana and VP gen because of R of Death. I mean, yeah, that's it. That's all I remember of this guy. That he's funny serial killer man. Yeah, he has R of Death. Okay, yeah, no. So he don't. He can't gain mana in Magic Workshops. He kind of wants to deploy anywhere else. But there you go. So he has really reliable VV gen and mana gen from R of Death to make up for that. So I think he's good most of the time. He's gonna stay at bottom B tier for now. Rock Paper Scissors Man, I never see him enough. I'm usually of the opinion of he's in C tier, but after listening to Ushi, I think he can go into B tier. I mean, the threat of Rock Paper Scissors is pretty good, but I think no one plays him because who wants to play RPS in the middle of a board game to decide combat? Are you sure you get to stack analyze and then force it, but then that takes too long. But I think, yet again, just having the threat of being the RPS a win, good enough. This is another one I don't see a lot, the female Hakuno. I think she goes into A as well. She has a lot of good tools she can use. And it really doesn't matter on what servant you get. You can literally just pick the right dress for the situation. Janako. I haven't actually checked New Janako. I know Isha was talking about it, and it was kind of. It sounds like they changed Janako to be slightly better. Let's see. No, no, okay, never mind. It looks like they haven't changed shit. Why is Chinako's command still his face down? Your basic specials have plus X power. Yeah. Okay. I mean, okay, what, you can buff your specials. I think she's just reliant, really. I think I'm just putting in bottom C right now. That fucking demerit still sucks. Why can't it just be when she moves out? Like, why does she have to be punished for Lancer casting? It's like, it's so weird. Like, if she moves along the arrows out of workshop, I think she would be into B, maybe high C, but right now I think I'll just put it into bottom C. Varney should be banned. Realistically, I would put it in B. But no, I think Varney should be banned for competitive reason, like competitive integrity. Because like Varney is just, if you tilt the Varney player will just drop 3 angers on you for 3 rounds and ruin everyone else's fun because she tilted and is just wants to power drive the game. So no, I think for competitive integrity she should be banned. Dan is one I haven't checked out. I like once again, Dan's one of those monsters you just don't see again, and I honestly don't understand why. I think he's quite good. It's like, sure, he can move, but if he does, he can't gain contested VP if he tries to pick 1v1, so I don't think that matters. I think Dan is quite reliable. And I think I would put him just above Male Lucano. Alice. This is severely nerfed Alice, right? I'll fix this board later, I swear. So yeah, because the new Phantom Alice. Yeah, and does she still lose lava mana? And is all in fact referring to your location of fight. Sorry, that was my phone. Let's see. After playing cards, lose mana equal to half the cost. A high mana demand, but it doesn't matter if she wins 2 battlefields, she might as well just sit out the next 3 rounds. So I think she is pretty reliable. Not above Kitsu, I think. Julius with the new changes is a fucking low tier B. I love action phase deployment. He's probably one of my favorite masters to play. But yet, no, like before he was hot fucking garbage because you cannot hold on to your valuable cards for late rounds. But now with the new change, with the B, they just like mill out your deck if you want to. Sure, no, he's straight into B. I love that change so much about him. Like the only downside I think is if he had action phase deployment to workshop, I think he would go straight to A, because then he can like bluff it. But I understand why he shouldn't be allowed to bluff it without Ascension. But it does mean he's terrible at caster class, because it means most of the time you can't really be using your bluff if you want. He's definitely designed with assassin class in mind, which is his canonical pairing. Leonardo, I want to say he's good most of the time, but he kind of needs a combat master servant to snowball. So I'm gonna put him to C. I think he's redeemable. Like I want to put him to good most of the time, but like good most of the time means he can fight by himself, and he can't. So no, he goes into C. He needs a combat master to be good. But yeah, no, I'm putting him to C. Like once again, because he has the ability to snowball, which is amazing. But if he takes a single off turn, he loses his snowball. So he kind of needs like a good master, like combat. Well, he needs a good combat servant to keep him going to begin with. But yeah, twice is redeemable, and I think he goes all the way above no, not above Taker. Actually, I should probably move Vin to better reflect this. I think Vin is just there-ish. Yeah. Twice, I'm of the opinion, if we want to buff twice, we should make it so he can spend 4 mana to do action phase rerolls instead of command seal. But I think right now his ability to swap objectives or save objectives for later is quite valuable, especially against Lost Builders. Because he can just, like, let's say there's a Lost Belt objective that he doesn't want people to fire on, he can just go, like, haha, put it back into the deck. And he can fuck over a Lost Belt combo. So, yeah, no, I think he's fine. See. Kiara, I know she's, like, she has reliable VV gen. She can get to Climax pretty safe, if you ask me. But, like, the second you get into Climax, you have a massive target on your back because you are a Evade boss. So I kind of want to put it in A, like bottom A, maybe. I don't think she can go any higher because, once again, she has a massive target on her back when she gets into Climax. Darnik is redeemable. I used to think this guy was absolutely dead here, but that's because I did not understand how to use his ability. But being able to punish people for moving off terrain space is pretty good, and he has also a really good safety net if he goes all out in Soul Eater. I think he actually might go above these guys into here. Fury, I know she got nerfed to hell. It's like Fury used to be that servant that was servant master that was like, how do I put it? Is good in the hands of someone who actually knew how to do her turns well. But she is so heavily crippled most of the time. Yeah, holy shit. Like, most of the time she's just heavily crippled. Like, she used to stack up big damage just for being able to pop Cybernetics and Brilliant Mind. But I think with the nerfs, she goes down to probably B tier. I would say probably just above Julius. Then her brother Klaus. It's literally one of the sermons I look at like he's fucking ass backwards because he has to spend fucking VP for mana gen. But then again, he does have those traps. I don't know. I guess he's somewhat redeemable. I probably wouldn't put him any higher though. Sieg. One of those other masters you don't need Sieg. He's kind of fucking generic. I mean, all protagonists in this game are fucking generic, but so in fact, he can just spend a command seal. Like, literally, he spends a command seal to what? Get really good combat tools. By what? I mean, look at these. Amazing. We could just play Linden Wave. And then he has access to the other tools. Yeah, no, I think Sieg is a really good combat master. He's good most of the time. Because he's really self-reliant on himself. I would probably put him a here-ish. Shishigo, I think is also good most of the time. I would also put him probably around here. He does have to be to make good tools if he wants. But let's be honest, most of the time he won't be doing that. No, I think he can go just below the scale. I'll think about it. Okay, ketamine. Or as I like to call him, ketamine. Okay, right. The new change I have not seen played. I read it, and it seems cancerous. So, let's just see. Like, I'm just gonna quickly refresh myself. Subjugate, he has the vassals thing, yeah. Under use final decree. it's a really good deterrent. It's not annoying like uh, like Kaya, so I don't think it's banned. He just has a really good deterrent. He just so you can pretty much just make the other person not fight him. And then he has also somewhat reliable VP gen if they're both winning. So if he gets lucky, yeah, I mean, probably put him. I'll put him here-ish. Female Itsuku, I think. In normal play, she's bad. In competitive play, where you get double picks, she has obscene combos, mainly with Avenger classes, like extra class servants. Like if she can get double Avenger, obscene, absolutely fucking obscene. So yeah, no, like she has some really whack combos with how the competitive ruling works. So I'm gonna put her in probably not above Kaneth, just because how like yeah, once again she's kind of reliant on her picks. So probably below in above twice. Um so Gotcha Man. Gotcha Man, Gotcha Man, Gotcha Man. I think he's good. No, I think he's reliable. Because what he has very minor demerits for being able to just have something good most of the time, unless he gets fucking Mapo. Unless he gets Tofu, then he's fucked if he gets Tofu. But yeah, no, I think he goes. Yeah, yeah. No, he can go there. He can go just below Komi, and I might change it. Foe redeemable. I don't think Foe has much going for him or it. Um, I don't know, man. It's just his thing. It can be nasty on certain servants. Sometimes it's a big nothing. I would probably actually put him there above Klaus. Klaus should really go to DT at this point. Holy shit. Scion goes above Klaus. She's reliant on someone on getting a servant that has a good EX version of that of their card. So yeah, no, she can go above her then. It's a lot of yeah, and you can pick what class you're picking. So you can just be like, oh, I'll pick Lance class. I can have a 1/5 Lancer class. Yeah, fucking hell. Caddick, I think, is good most of the time. He's better off with a Combat Master Servant if he wants to really aggressively expand and be disruptive. But yeah, no, he can go into Bone B. I think what he offers as a disruption is pretty good. Ophelia is fucking reliable as hell. I do not want to put it beyond Bizet because I think Bizet is just way more reliable. Okay, maybe I'll put it above Bizet because prolongation is fucking good. It doesn't reduce. It just removes modifiers, so she could just like win any color field she wants. And then she also has really good objectives she can add. Like her only downside is she can't win. She can't fight on round 7. So yeah, Kuda, I will put just here because Eternal Lament is fucked. She also has a really good VP blocker in the form of Chinaman. Yeah, no, I put in A. Once again, Eternal Lament is a good tool, and if she can just if she really wants to, she can just VP block for China. Pepe, I'm gonna put above Fiore because Pepe's slide is pretty good, and if he's expanding at least a couple times that round, I think yeah, no, I think he's gonna be pretty good going into climax because of how the Yuga cycle works. And at the end, he could just slide into fucking Vicon if he needs to. Wooden is fucking bad. At least he's on top of bad. I feel like no, I feel like he's garbage. Yeah, like not as bad as Zolgan. Okay, maybe as bad as Zolgan. Um, but I also think he's better than Kyo. Hmm, this is difficult because like the problem with Wooding is yeah he has the big funny number he can throw out, but what if it's not good on that field? What if he can't fight on that? You know, and it's like OC has the fucking ketamine. I don't know. I just call it ketamine. He has drugs. He has drugs that he could just use if he wants. But yeah, because he can give it to other people. He kind of just needs to be able to win fights, and he can't do that by himself. So yeah, no, he goes that. Goes here. I think I want to put into bed because he literally cannot take an off turn or he perishes. If he loses the fight, he might as well just die. I mean, although he's a little bit better than Sulkin. Oh no, you know, fuck, I'm putting into this. To his credit, he's good at fighting, but if you get focused, like if you get, I think he has the Kyo problem where he has a big target on his back, and once again, he cannot take off turns. He has no command skills to generate mana. So no, I think he goes above Woodine just because he has the ability to fight. Well, actually, make it above Zolkin because once again, he has much better combat tools compared to Zolkin. Tiamat, I think, is good most of the time because she's pretty self-reliant once she gets set up. If she dies, she dies. That's like her one downside. Um, because that's what that one's like. What 3 turns of setup? 2 turns, maybe. I think it's 2 turns worth of setup. So I'll put it about here. But if she snowballs, she snowballs. Ruby. Uh, there. Just because being able to have all your tools available in your hand from the offset is pretty good. Like the only downside is the fact that that's literally her thing. She gets to draw her hand. That's it. Me is banned for reasons. Amber used to be an S tier because of fucking Molotovs, but with Molotov nerfs, and I quickly need to remind myself how bad the Molotov nerfs were good. I mean, I say they were bad, like they were bad. I mean, the nerfs were good. It's just I need to quickly remind myself how where we are in positioning this. Oh, it's there's 0-0s now. Yeah, no. I think she's still reliable as hell. Via the bomb. Just because she fucks any she can just win a fight from throwing a Molotov. Or she can just cripple a caster who decide not to be in cast workshop on that round. So yeah, no, fucking A. Actually, I would probably put in B. Yeah, no, I'll put it on top of B for now. And now the new servants. Okay. Shiki. From what I've read, I think she's good most of the time. Probably hovering around to the top of B-ish. Maybe about here. Because she has a really good 5-mana combo, which are colored as well, which helps her with her defeat condition, which is pretty useful. Yeah, no, I think she can go just above Sieg. And I think she has really good tools for that. Sloan, I wouldn't say is reliable as hell, but on the lower end of it. Just because he's gonna be deploying in Miami a lot, just so he can stack, he can also refund a lot of his good tools. He is kind of reliant on having a good. Oh yeah, well if he's reliant on having a good combat set, I'll put him on top of B. But like, he has really good climax because he can like go into climax, what +6 terrain at best if he takes 2 off rounds in workshop, and that's like really fucking good. Problem is, he will just die if Scavenge Bounty gets drawn in any of those scavenge in like round 10 or 11. So, because then he loses his main benefit. So yeah. I think I'm with Ishi. I read her cards. This is fucking nuts. As soon as she fucking does spinal, she might as well just be fucking broken. Sure, she's losing that discount over time, but it's like, holy shit, dude. I don't even think the domains are that bad. I think, yeah, no, he goes into S for now. Veins, I know Ishi put it into A. I kind of want to put it into B. Like, sure, if you're better with her, I think she goes into A. But I think with a lot of people still learning her, she can be in B for now, just because she, however, I don't know how to balance it, just due to how her extra attacks work. She does have combat tricks, yes, but after you use one of them, you might as well just reveal what one you added to your hand. And then, like, once you use them or you lose them through petty, yeah. I mean, yet again, being able to hunt people down for having no VP is also pretty good. And then finally, Gordolf is D. You know what, you can set the bottom D. Because what, he replaces his strongest cards with piece of shit 0-2s that give him VP, he somehow wins. Like, sure, he has Fool's Gambit, but like, Fool's Gambit is literally a gambit. I just forget those. But anyway, there you go. That's my competitive tier list. Of course, all my opinion. Just reliably looking at it. Like I said, I think Kiara and Vani should be banned just because they do ruin. Just because they have mechanics that can ruin the fun of a competitive game. Like, because at least in like our normal game, you can choose to not sit next to the person that plays Kiara, play Kiara. And then with Vani, it's just if they tilt, they just make the game the most unfun fucking thing. So they're just like they will be gunning to screw over that one person. Apart from that, fun adjustments. I think in current state, I think this is stronger. Da-da-da. No, I'm kind of happy. I might put Swains over this. Amber goes down, goes down. So I'm just going for this to make final adjustments. I kind of want to move Darnig up one, maybe. No. I think Sion can go above Janako. There you go. Yeah, no, there you go. There's my tier list. There. There. Alright. We're happy? Good. Alright, I'm gonna go do something else now. Alright, see you guys.